Okay,
Hear me
okay.
out.
Yes,
Hear me
a
out.
plant,
They'll
the
probably
plant
all be gone by the end
is
of
a
the stream.
plant.
Um,
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
he's
All right, so, we're live now, so welcome to our panel. It's a Zero to Stream Hero. There's some people still coming in. Look, we got more than like 4 people here. I'm very happy about that. I mean, I guess 4 people we don't know personally. That's right, but we're gonna talk about first-time streamers, the like intro to streaming stuff. Nothing too in-depth, I guess, unless we get questions about that later on. But we have different levels of veterans. We got 5+. How long did you do it for a bit?
How long have I been streaming?
Yes.
Started in 2016, affiliated 2017. Haven't streamed in about 2 years.
So more than 5 years, we'll say.
been a
'cause
while.
Math is hard.
Yeah.
We got the Scott and Lucas Show, which is us. We've been doing it for three years now.
don't look at me. Look at your
And
microphone.
look at my notes. Okay, yeah. And then you 2 months.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have been streaming for 2 months. I hit affiliate at the beginning of May. That was a lot of effort.
Affiliate is a lot of work. Not really, but kind of is. So we'll start. I'm Scott Reiter, part of the Scott and Lucas Show.
I'm Oakley the Beach Dog on Twitch, but I am the other half of the Scott and Lucas Show.
Yep.
My name is Philip. Disappointed Dad on Twitch. Before that, that was actually a recent change. It was Mediocres TV for the first 4 years, and then the last 2 years leading up to when I had to take a pause was the Disappointed Dad.
He was disappointed in himself, so he had to rename.
Yeah, always disappointed if you're disappointed in yourself.
Last but not least.
Also, hi, I'm Sky, also known as Satyr Goat, over on Twitch. I'm our local PNG tuber. Because face camming is scary.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we actually have notes here. We'll try to talk about. So we'll try to stick on.
Stay on topic, but
Yeah, probably not. We'll try. Okay.
so Ryder, what got you into streaming? I'm
Yeah,
just gonna read it to you.
Read
Yeah.
the notes out loud. I started streaming, like I said, it was about 3 years ago, and I had like a regular every Tuesday night. Me and the guys played, and so I was like, you know what? Let's just see if I can broadcast this for fun, and if anybody watches. So I was already doing like a schedule, anyways. We kind of discovered Twitch during COVID when we were stuck at home working, and that was like just the next thing to try. We actually started with Mixer. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember Mixer on Xbox. That was a hot mess for.
Ew.
Yeah. Yep. That was a hot mess. But the nice thing about it was at the time I didn't have to have any equipment. It was just an app on the Xbox, and you were live. And that was a good place to start.
Dad, what was your?
So it was transition between me working and us having kids and deciding if we were going to have me be a stay-at-home dad. So basically started streaming while I was still working full-time, and it was kind of a fun thing. I was like, hey, if I'm playing, I might as well, start that up. And then when I became a stay-at-home dad, it became a full-time gig for a while. So, and it was so fun, and it's totally still fun.
He actually has followers and stuff.
Just a few.
I'm looking for. No, it's me. It's making fun of us.
And Satyr, what got yours started?
So I had wanted to stream for a hot minute, like a lot of people that got into streaming. I started paying attention more to streams during COVID. You know, that delightful time when you didn't have to talk to people or go outside and be in the sunlight. It was great, and minus all the tragedies. But I had wanted to get into streaming, and there's just something fun about getting to chat with friends and stuff while playing a game, We had a, shall we say, situation that came up in January that we decided to make the best of a bad situation, and I made the investment to get the actual equipment to be able to stream. And honestly, it's been a ton of fun. Like I said, I get a few people that pop in, we chat, we have fun. They terrify me with sound bites that I don't know are coming in the middle of horror games. My partners get to hear me screaming from the other side of the apartment randomly on every Wednesday night. So, good times.
Just assume you're not getting murdered. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you hear it through the stream because you have the stream playing in the background.
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of go through getting started, some tips and tricks to kind of get you started. Obviously, some experience under our belts, some of the hiccups and bumps we've hit along the way that could, try help you avoid those or get through them yourself. as well as just some other general tips and best practices, I guess. So as far as getting,
I do believe we also want to encourage people to ask questions.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna
yes.
have
Anything pops up.
We're trying not to
feel
talk
free
the whole
raise your
time.
hand.
We'll have, since there's actually people here, we'll
Yeah,
have like 20
so,
minutes at the end.
just like as if you were in an actual Twitch stream, just,
Yep.
shout out your question like chat, and we will answer it in about 30 to 45 seconds after you ask
Yep,
it.
I'll read it tomorrow, and I'll answer you tomorrow. Next year, we're gonna give you just bits to throw at us. You can just peg us in the face.
So I guess getting started, one of the big things, kind of picking what content you want to stream and kind of what platform you're going to stream it from. If you each want to kind of explain kind of what,
Yeah, so if you decide you're gonna stream, you kind of gotta pick where you're gonna start with, kind of like the genre, and then you kind of gotta pick your identity, like similar to what you do, your beautiful face too.
You can, like, doing, whether you are wanting to do a face cam or not, it's going to also, what platform you play on will make that easier or not as well. So it's, depends on where you want to start is how much you, like, want to do right away. You don't have to invest too much to get started. So that's always a nice thing.
go ahead.
I think big thing also, like, with picking, like, how you want to stream versus, like, console, PC, all that fun stuff. My biggest suggestion is just stream the things that you enjoy, because your audience will tell if you're not having fun, because you're going to sound miserable. And don't get me wrong, sometimes that can be entertaining. If you put it out there that, hey, I'm going to suffer today, come join me for some schadenfreude.
That's your bit, yeah.
That's great. But stream the things you enjoy. Don't care if it's popular. Yeah, popularity, like popular games and stuff might get you more viewers in the short term, but it's going to lead more often to burnout in the long term.
Hey, some more people.
And kind of to expand on Dad's point, you don't need a lot to get started. Both PlayStation and Xbox, if you want to be like a platform or console gamer, they have built-in apps for streaming right from that. So you don't really need a lot to get going. You just need your game console you're already playing on.
Yeah.
And if you're playing on PC, Twitch has great tools for streaming now, and there's a ton of free software out there. OBS is free, and if you're not doing a face cam right away, you're saving on that cost. You can do a PNG tuber like Sater is if you already have artwork of a character that you want to use. So you don't have to have the whole rig like you see a lot of big streamers have when you're getting going.
Yeah, the days of needing big setups are pretty much, like you could go home today and just download the Twitch app on your console and start streaming right now. You don't need a camera, it's all built in. Unlike like when I first started, definitely none of that stuff was there when you started.
No, it was, so 2016 was still like, yeah, it might have been 15, whatever. But like, another thing too was like, if you look at, like, so I stream and play almost exclusively on PC. If I compare then to now when it comes to like, what is in a computer, like even high end back then to now is just peanuts compared. And so streaming now with like modern tech is just so much easier.
Easier, yeah.
And also better because the quality is just there. You don't have to be like, oh man, I have to do 720/30 because it can't handle it. Now with most stuff you can do
Yeah, fiber internet.
minimum 60 FPS and usually 1080, and it's usually not very, heavy burden on whatever you're playing on. So.
And adding to that, I mean, depending on what you're streaming, you don't need a crazy fancy like graphics card or anything to do basic streaming. Heck, there are sometimes I do just Stardew Valley for some chill vibe streams. You don't need a crazy graphics card for Stardew Valley. There's plenty of games out there that you can play with just a basic cheap computer from Walmart. You don't need to make the investment. Speaking of computers and consoles, though, why did you guys make the poor decision to be console streamers versus PC streamers, which are obviously better?
Yeah, that was my fault.
100-point tiebreak.
So, like I said, when I first started streaming, it was Mixer. Because our beginning, we played. That's when we all have all the PUBG stuff. Because that's what me and Lucas stream a lot is all the PUBG. But it started because it was on Mixer on my Xbox, and then so all my friends played. The rest of our squad mates were on Xbox. So after Mixer tanked after a day, after like 6 months, not very long, then we had to set up a streaming setup through my computer. but we still wanted to play on console with my friends, so ended up with the super convoluted. We're both IT guys, so that helps a lot. But
And there is equipment you can use. So we play on Xbox just because that's where our squad mates are. They don't have PCs, and so we want to play with them. That's kind of what kind of made our decision. But if you are playing on console, you want to do some of the more advanced stuff with fancy overlays, and there is hardware for that, capture cards, and you just feed the HDMI out from your Xbox into your PC and stream it that way.
So, console gamers, because this feels like a really good time to bring up ReiterYIII, would you like to demonstrate Reiter's audio setup?
I can.
more on this setup.
You want to wait and not spoiler that until later?
We can do the download. Yeah.
Okay. So the upside of console gaming is you usually get a pretty good variety. Xbox specifically has like the Xbox Game Pass where you can get a ton of games to play for free. So it gives you really good, easy access to variety for a pretty good cost-effective point at that point.
Yeah.
So you definitely have the variety. Plus, they can definitely run, obviously, what you're trying to stream. So there are advantages. Personally, I prefer PC gaming because while it is a bit more of a startup if you want to like invest in the games, the setup is so much easier in my opinion. I literally just plug stuff into my desktop and hey, look, it works. Yay.
Yeah,
Mouse,
there's no.
keyboard, headset, boom, let's go.
You get no weird. It's just all right there in your
Yeah.
PC. You hit go, and you can still. So you brought up Xbox Game Pass. So there is an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which then does the same thing for PC. It's another way to get a variety of games at a moderate, monthly
Yeah.
subscription cost.
We don't just stream console games. Like when just we play, we stream PC games, so we kind of get the best both worlds. But the things like the Xbox, like I said, it's the app is simple. You can run it. All of my friends who are not IT guys that don't have computers that they built themselves, they have an Xbox. The game will work on it. They download and play it. There's no trying to figure it out. Like everybody has the same Xbox, the same game. When Xbox Live is down or there's an update, everybody has it. They're not waiting for somebody to, because their graphics driver didn't update or something. So that's both. But then at the same time, PC is also simpler on both sides too. Like I said, we stream on both.
And I've done, there's also, you don't have to do gaming. Like, that's something too, if you do crafts, if you build cosplay stuff, that's something also that's really fun to stream if you want to just make a quick webcam setup and that's what you stream. Or you can use, I use my old previous phone with an app that goes directly to my computer, and I found that does work a little bit better when it comes to like if you use a green screen or not, me personally. But I've also done I streamed myself putting flooring in for 6 hours, and that was a fun time for not me, but everyone else that was
Everybody's
watching.
making fun of you.
Putting together a Lego set it's an off-brand one. It was of a Panzer IV. That was a 12-hour stream that was supposed to be only a few hours, I thought, And so you can do whatever you need, feel that is your interest and that you would like to share. It doesn't, that's where it doesn't have to be a gaming platform. That's what's great about Twitch and live streaming. So, or
Yeah.
art. Art is a big one too. I don't know why I didn't say that. Digital art.
There's any art?
Yep.
Dude, there's so many good cooking streams on Twitch, right?
Yeah,
Cooking
there's good
streams.
streams.
Yeah.
So many good ones.
Me and Lucas saw a lot of. We went to TwitchCon last year, for some reason, because we enjoy wasting our money.
Are you going somewhere with this story?
Oh, I was gonna say we saw a lot of, like I said, the live cooking show streams and stuff for.
Oh, yeah, that was.
Said cooking shows.
Yep, they were definitely. They just had the whole live setup just in the middle of the convention floor, and they were baking a cake.
Like they had a kitchen and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Dude, TwitchCon is insane.
That's
A lot
insane.
of intense.
It's nuts. It's so cool.
Okay, so going down.
So picking kind of what you're streaming, platform you're streaming on, and then that's going to lead into what you're going to necessarily need. If you are doing games, you have your PC. If you're doing live stream, or doing housework, you are going to need a camera. If you're doing baking, you're going to need a kitchen. And
Any
then
questions so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you feel if you want to be like a PNG streamer where you don't use a camera, but you just those reactive pictures that light up whenever you talk? How do you do that?
I knew
Oh,
there was
yes.
a reason I invited you to
Moments.
this panel.
Excellent. My moment has come. So I use a really cool program called VideoTube Mini. You can get it for free on Itch.io. And literally what it does is it's 4 images. It's eyes open talking, eyes open not talking, eyes closed talking, eyes closed not talking. And you can adjust basically like the blink ratio with a slider. And it uses your microphone input to tell obviously when you're talking, and it'll switch the image automatically to the version. You can have it do like a motion like mine does where it like shakes a little bit when I'm talking. Just add a little bit of motion, make it a little less static. And then yeah, it's a super fun, cheap program. It takes exactly 4 images. It's not too bad. So it's Itch.io, so it's ITCH, I'm literate, hold on. ITCH.io, itch.io. He's bringing it up on the screen, I think. Itch.io. It's also a really great place to download some really fun indie games. A lot of them on there are free. You can choose to donate. Some of them you do have to pay for, but a lot of them are just like indie developers making games that you can choose to donate or play for free. It's where I get a lot of my like quick horror games that I play. It's just downloading them off of Itch.io. It is, if you are especially a newer streamer on a budget, Itch.io is your best friend for content, 100%.
And Humble Bundle. I don't know if
Also
you guys
Humble
do that.
Bundle. We are definitely not sponsored.
That's a scary thing, because it's like, oh man, you want 30 games for $10? Done.
Yes, I do.
My Steam library has over
don't wanna see
500
my
games,
kids.
and I've played 12 of them.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't know why,
I've only
you know.
paid for like maybe 10% of my Steam library
Yeah.
for full value.
What's the name of the other one, the
VideoTube, it is VEADO. Oakley type this in.
I'm working on it. I got to get my keyboard back out. VEADO.
VEADO.
There it is.
EADO.
Mini. Yep.
Okay.
Do-do-do-do.
VideoTube.
I'll take you to its.
This-
Yeah,
this-
it's this program right here, and this
Hey.
is how it works. When it detects audio, it just changes the image.
Okay.
That's cool.
Neat.
Dude, it's so fun. It's so easy. I thought it was going to be the most complicated, nightmarish thing in the world to have to set up. It's so good. I thought it was going to be a nightmare, and it was like 5 minutes. I'm like, done. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, that'd be,
I have many cells. None of them are brain. So,
Okay.
yeah, that brings us to our next point,
So, yeah, setting up your equipment and
choosing your software.
using your software.
And like, there's more place to stream to than Twitch, obviously. Like I said, I started with Mixer, and then Dad was like, "What the hell? This is not." Yep.
Mixer.
He's like, "I don't know what that is." Oh, it was canceled. Like, oh, great. Yeah. He's like, "Nope. If you want to actually stream, start with Twitch." And that was way before like Kick or even YouTube was streaming.
now,
YouTube streams.
a lot.
TikTok now streams.
Facebook.
TikTok is
We'll talk
its
about
own
that. Yeah,
weird
TikTok is its own different. But
Stream
we won't talk about that part. But
experience.
yeah, so you after you pick your stream, it's like software wise, like somebody just said OBS. That's like the
I
That
would,
is
gold
one of
standard,
the
but higher standard.
Easy, well, not, I wouldn't say easiest, but it's one of, it's entirely free. It's got mass, like,
it's
mods to it. People, because it's open broadcast
It's an
software
open
is what
source software. yeah.
and if it does take a little bit, it's got a larger learning curve compared to like, let's say Streamlabs kind of thing, where everything's just kind of integrated into it. You can do the same stuff that Streamlabs has, you just have to put it in there yourself. And that's what I've been using for.
Yeah,
So-
Rob, we always be more for like the tech savvy, where like Streamlabs. Is that what you use?
So
Streamlabs, right?
I will say, yeah. Starting out, Streamlabs is in my experience, more user-friendly version of OBS. And the reason I call it a version of OBS is because it's literally OBS software with a different user interface.
Yeah.
To the tune of, if you go into the program files, it literally references OBS in the program files. It's the same program.
Yeah, it's
They
just
just made it more user-friendly. And it does come with a lot of different things. Like, it has different scenes already built into it that you can use. You can choose to purchase different scenes if you want. You can upload your own. So it has a lot of versatility. It's nice to newer streamers, gives you a lot more user-friendly things to learn. Definitely helps with the learning curve. But OBS, if you want more flexibility, I guess would be a good way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want more like
Like
total
customized.
control, yeah,
Yeah, like
customization, OBS is great. If you aren't super tech savvy though, or you're just starting out and want someone to do the heavy lifting for you, Streamlabs.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And
yeah.
So if I use Streamlabs, since you said that Streamlabs is an easier
preference thing. Like, I probably won't switch to OBS. Like, right now, I paid for a year subscription for Streamlabs because there was some stuff that I wanted that I didn't want to put the personal investment of time into. But other than that, I mean, I'll probably stick with Streamlabs. They're pretty nice people.
That's probably the one thing about that would be switching, is just that then you're saving on that subscription
Yeah,
cost, because
yeah.
OBS, or Streamlabs
Like
costs money, OBS
$100
is
a
free.
year for Streamlabs.
Yeah, and if you, I mean, you could dive in and learn OBS just fine if you want to take the time to it, but
Yeah,
it's like, so you pay for the convenience, kind of what it is.
Yeah, you're paying for the and again, you don't have to pay for it. There is a
Different
free
versions, yeah.
scene. There's free scenes you can get. You can use Streamlabs completely free. I just wanted to be unnecessarily bougie and fancy, so I paid money for a thing that I realized afterward could have been free. But oh well,
Yeah.
we learn things in hindsight.
And Twitch does have its own Twitch studio now, where before it didn't.
Is it still active?
Nope, you're right. That's old news.
They just
Yep,
got rid of that
they
recently.
just got rid of
I
that.
will
I'm
say-
sorry. It's still my notes, though.
I
That's
gave
how
it a
recent it is.
quick
That's how recent
try.
it is. It's still my notes for.
It was not great.
Yeah, it was not great. But again, it was kind of that new, if you're a new streamer, kind of like just the app. That
Yeah, it
worked.
was all
It had the two options.
integrated.
Yeah.
Uh,
Are we not supposed to say that in front of your other half?
slobs.
Jim.
Uh-oh.
water.
He's in trouble.
Um,
Oh my God, contact.
Well, there are paid for, like, broadcast softwares.
Yeah,
I
there's a
think
lot more than just the
X-
three
like
we talked about.
XSplit, I think is one.
Yeah, there's I think XSplit. There's a couple other ones that
Oh, there, look, we have a
aren't
screen with
really
stuff on
paid
it,
to
look.
use,
I actually
but-
did a thing,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, yeah, look
You
at
can be
that.
useful.
Yeah.
And there's other ones
Over
like,
here being smart.
Like-
OBS is definitely one of the most used by far, like, because it was basically first, I guess.
that I
And
yeah.
I guess you could also, if first, free, and so versatile, so,
let me see.
yeah.
And it is, yeah, it's just so flexible. It has a ton of plugins.
You
I-
can basically do anything.
You
with
can
it.
do anything you want with it. And
Speaking of
so we
plugins.
talked Streamlabs. Stream Elements is another good one that
Yeah,
can
that's
help you do, generate the overlays and like the pop-up alerts.
It's got some bot features so that you can
Yep.
automate some things.
Yep, it's got a chat bot, so like,
When we look at my complicated sound setup, that one of my sound inputs is Stream Elements and my overlays and stuff.
What is it called again? Game Central, Command Central, Crowd Central.
Crowd Central.
Crowd Central's super fun because it's one of the programs that some games.
Crowd
are
Control,
integrated-
sorry.
Crowd
Yeah.
Control. There we go.
Interact.
It's fun because it's integrated with some games so that your chat can mess with you in game while you're playing. A really
That's
common one right now is Repo. If you're familiar with Repo, Crowd Control has a bunch of different features that integrate with Repo so that your chat can spend points to screw with you while you're playing Repo. Dropping monsters on you, teleporting you random places, increasing your monetary goal to points that just make you die a little on the inside. It's fine.
A nightmare,
Yeah, you know.
I mean, as long as they're paying for it, though.
Or they can be nice and give you things.
that's true, but,
Also, you can like make your own things for Streamlabs if you have the.
Yeah.
yes.
I went on,
Yeah.
I just painted a drawing app and I like made some some scenes for my own Twitch.
Yeah.
Like a starting stone or a
Yeah.
deer back.
Yeah.
Yep. And they have the free ones too, and there's paid tiers and Streamlabs, Stream Elements. They'll have to do,
I just
do what
wanted
you
to be
need.
fancy and lazy at the same time, so that's the only reason why I
Like I
paid
said,
for
you
it.
can pay for
but
convenience.
everything can be done yourself, yes.
Yep.
Which one?
Etsy?
Etsy? Not Etsy, I did,
Fiverr?
Fiverr. It was basically, so you're gonna find people on Twitch that you might watch a lot and become, friends with through Twitch. Fun fact, one of my friends, Batsu, whose name is Evan, I was in his wedding. I met him through Twitch. I went down to Texas and I was
Wow.
his best man in his wedding, which is wild to think about. And there's a few people that are like, hey, I've used this person for my emotes or whatever through Fiverr. It's like, gave her a shot, really liked her art, and I've gone through her for all of my stuff just because why would I want to change what I already am impressed with and like kind of thing.
Yeah,
Why
So-
fix it if it ain't broke?
Yeah, we've done some Fiverr stuff where, like, it's really just somebody that knows a guy, right? A
Yep.
friend that knows a friend,
Yep.
and then you become his friend with them.
I had this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you
somebody.
can do it
You
yourself.
can do it
Yeah,
yourself.
I did most
More
of my
power
art
to you.
myself. My PNG tuber I made myself. My banner for my channel I made myself. The only thing that I didn't make myself is my panel arts, which, Oakley, do you want to pull it up and show them all?
What am I pulling up?
Panel art. My
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
I had a viewer who was just like, hey, do you want free panel art? And I'm like, sure, okay.
Mhm.
And she made me these really cute little panel dudes that you'll see here in a second. Do-do-do-do. Mute it, mute it.
Mute
I
it?
want to hear my voice.
It's
It's
default
muted.
mutes.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yep.
Thank
If
God.
you go
Thank you,
to
Twitch.
about, click on about.
Oh,
click on about.
a boot?
Boot.
A boot.
Got it.
And then, yeah, she made me these awesome little panel
okay.
guys.
Hey, there we
to
go.
Section out my panels.
That is
Like
adorable.
your little like.
Right, they were so cute.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
your like the little glasses. They're pretty nice touch.
Oh, yeah, no,
Look,
it's because
they're on the thing,
rushed
on the
to
internet.
And
stream.
Yeah.
What is your advice on setting up all of this? Like, if I was just gonna have you look at my channel, like, tell me what works, what doesn't.
I mean, do you want us to? Okay, then yeah, we would. No.
for what now?
Just what?
I was gonna say, I can pull it up.
Like channel and stuff.
Want us to do it
Yes.
live right now? No, do we won't? Don't worry. Nope. Nope. Nope.
So,
Yep. Yeah.
Do it?
the big thing I did was like I looked at other people's pages and found things that I liked because like there's nothing wrong with doing something someone else is already doing. Now, obviously,
Doing someone-
don't take the exact thing and put it on your page because that's bad. But you can, yeah, and you can take inspiration from people like the panels. A couple of the streamers I follow, Corgi Cam, love Corgi Cam. He's got great, adorable art, and that's what inspired me to do the sections. So you can do that, like that, yeah. So it's.
Yeah, I like the ticket thing's pretty nice.
It's clean.
How much do you hate that interface though? Trying to make those stupid little things. That thing is so dumb.
Those things, that was so easy. What are you talking
Well,
about?
it's
That is
easy,
the
but
easiest
it's
thing.
it's dumb because they're like their own little.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's not
It
intuitive.
could be better, but it wasn't that bad. I added my 4 panels. It only took me less than an hour.
I tried to do.
Four panels.
Yeah, I tried to do more panels, and your
Listen,
your
I'm trying
panels
to
do look
say it
really
in a
nice.
way that makes it sound less bad. Nice.
And it's all gonna be trial and error. Like, you're gonna learn to do stuff as you go. A big part of that also is like your first couple of streams, you might not get anybody. And that's just kind of how it goes.
Are your first
Use those
lots of streams?
to literally listen to yourself and change things as you are live so that it's where you kind of want it. I think I took 2 years of just going through different OBS mic things until I was like, that's where it is. That's where I need it. And it was just like, eventually, I figured out where I needed to have like your gain. If you want to have compression, how much compression? Your noise gate. Do you want your keyboard to be heard? Do you have a really nice keyboard that sounds really good? Do you want people to hear it or not?
The big.
Oh yeah, the hunter, the blind hunter that bases on sound.
I'm typing. Oh, I died.
The biggest thing I learned was that the audio and like AV, like video editing, it takes so long. And the AV, I didn't realize there's so many AV, I mean, even being an IT guy, kind of having an idea, when we started getting into our complicated stuff, I couldn't believe how much different things there was with the audio. Just blew my mind.
And the thing also with like your audio setup and stuff like that, going to like how sensitive do you want your mic to be? How loud do you want your audio output to be?
All that little stuff.
That might change with the game. Like there might be a game where you're like, this is way too quiet. I need to ramp this up. And there might be games where like, this is way too loud. No one can hear me. Hold on.
Every game's menu music is always too loud, just for the
Oh,
record.
God,
All the
yes.
time. Just turn that. Yeah, it's little things like, and it's not just, it's not just like just the sound on your computer. It could be, the different programs or the software, one game versus the other game.
And you can go in and change that. Like, so what I do for my setup is I have Streamlabs on my left, so that if I start something up and this is way too loud, I can click real quick and just go adjust volumes. I've also got my Elgato set up so that if I need to adjust something real quick, I can, with my Stream Deck, I can adjust it real quick on the fly. So, adaptability.
Yeah.
What's up?
So they have like little decorations on their Twitch page, like little stickers stuff. Is that something that a lot of people should do, like add little decorations and stuff?
It adds a little bit of fun flair to your page. I mean, it's not.
Yep.
It goes back to the old adage of what's your brand.
Oh, I accidentally closed
And
it.
it definitely makes it fun, helps add a little bit more a little more flair to your page.
Yeah, those
It's
just
not
static
required,
personality
but
to
it
it.
can be fun.
Yeah, and
Yep.
like you said, kind of going with your theme, so you're, novelty the clowns, you've got like a circus, you've got
Yeah,
tickets to your circus, Seder goat, we've got
I'm a goat. I do things.
goats.
I'm sure, if we look at mine, something's gonna be broken on it, so if you wanna do that.
I don't even think I have any on mine.
Um,
I was absolutely just like,
I feel like 2 years
Eh.
ago, you're just like, I'm
I didn't care.
not doing anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where
You can be like, back in my day.
oh, the disappointed dad. Yeah, there's, yeah. The unfortunate part of me taking a break at this point is I did really basic.
You still have the,
Yep. So I was,
I mean, it doesn't look as nice as hers. so.
and this is where like the consistency and like scheduling yourself, right? When you start Twitch, make a small schedule. Do not overdo it. You will burn yourself out. So with a schedule comes also self-care. Take care of yourself, and then you can take care of your stream. Because there were times where I was streaming every day
No,
of the week, every day of the week.
That's-
And after
that's too
about
much.
2 months, I was like, you know,
I hate myself.
I can't do that every day. And so I changed it up. But self-care and like taking care of yourself, like
More
see.
streaming hours does not mean more fans. It
Yep.
might seem like that, but it doesn't.
I mean,
In the days of you just starting and having 1 million followers, like Choco Taco back in the day when it was first starting and things like that, those are gonna happen. You can't go in thinking you're gonna have 1,000 people the second day. That's for sure. You gotta do it because you enjoy it, not because, well, if you go in thinking it's gonna be, yeah, you're gonna make a living doing it, you're probably not.
I mean,
Be realistic.
I acknowledge that, like, I'm
Yeah.
super fortunate that within 3 months I hit 100 followers, and that's
Yeah.
amazing. Like, that was ridiculous. But no, like, my dedicated schedule is I have one dedicated day a week that I stream, and then I will stream intermittently, randomly throughout the week as I feel like I want to. Right now, I've been doing a lot of Saturday streams because I was playing Small Saga, which if you've never played Small Saga, amazing game. Please play it. Not endorsed at all, but, like, it's a great game. Yeah, like, having it just, like, 1 or 2 dedicated days, and then, like I said, I'll stream randomly when I can if I'm nothing else to do.
Yeah, that like a fallback, relaxing
Chill vibes
game.
streams,
Yeah,
man. Chill vibes.
yeah, like Stardew Valley. It's like taking that.
Yeah, if you're,
This for Saltigo, I see your stream with Stanley Parable. Is that the original or the deluxe?
That is the original. That is the original. I'm
Are you
pretty.
playing on Steam?
Yeah.
Is it still, does it work correctly? 'Cause I saw someone else trying to play the original, and they had to buy the new one because the first one didn't work.
As far as I know, mine worked fine. I am 99% certain mine's the original. I've had it for so long that I don't remember is the original. Okay. And I mean, I installed it 5 minutes before I streamed it, so I can confirm the install file definitely works. No worries.
so with the scheduling, so if you are setting a schedule and you do have days that you know you're gonna be on, it is good to post it in your Twitch schedule.
Yep.
Yep. People can see when your next stream is, versus just, especially if they want to try tune into you, it's good that they know when you're gonna be out. And then if you are having random pop-in times, it's good to make sure that those things get posted on like
Yeah,
other
don't overdo
social
it.
media like Twitter or X or something. Because if you have followers over there, they might not see the Twitch notification if they don't have the app on their phone or something.
Yeah, if they're just coming to watch you on Tuesdays and you just jump on Wednesdays. And
Yeah.
that is the hardest decision all the damn time.
So
Yeah,
what I do is normally, unless I feel like absolute hot trash, I will come up with some clever, silly, stupid thing. Actually, if you want to go back to my page, you can see what I called them.
And that's kind of exactly what I was going to say. We always try to go for something hilarious.
Like a little joke or something about it.
I am on your page. Where am I?
Yeah, it's go to my
About?
videos.
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 Oh.
There you go. And yeah, like, I can't read that from here because I'm blind.
You want me
A
to
Day
like
in the Life of an Office Goat.
spooky scary skeleton time?
And it'll
The
just
end,
like
I
something
think.
that kind of like vaguely fits the theme of what I'm doing. You don't have to. Some people just put the name of the game they're playing. The reason why I like to shake it up is because Twitch tells people what game you're playing.
yeah, that's true.
So like you can if you want to. I just like being a little bit silly with it. So
Yeah, I would do either like if I'm,
do that.
like, I played almost exclusively for a long time. War Thunder was like my go-to, and that was mainly for, I liked the fact it's free to play, community-driven hugely, because I could just be like, hey, you're playing, I will be doing like squads where you can come play
Get your
with me
titles
kind of
tomorrow.
thing.
That's what-
And we
oh,
had a
that's what I
whole
was gonna say.
setup for that. And a lot of my titles were either based on that or complete nonsense, like clams as a renewable resource.
I would like to
You
point
know,
out-
and people would be like, clams? And they would come in, they'd be like, I'd be like, yeah, clams. Yeah, I have no idea how, but I'm figuring it out. You know, just something fun.
I
you
just
know?
want you to know, a game called War Thunder, you have the two easiest titles to immediately throw in a video, because you can just do more Thunder, and then more Thunder!
More!
War Thunder. So for ours, like I was there all ours, like the Scott and Lucas show play. So that's the first in all of mine, and then it would be, like you said, either something stupid like I like grapes, or
Thunder never
the last year or so, we've been almost putting in exclusively bad dad jokes as the title on all of them.
Oh, I have edit rights to your page. That's why I'm like, what are all
I
the
like
extra
puns.
buttons?
Puns are great. Everyone hates
So,
puns, but
yeah.
everyone laughs at puns.
Yeah, so it's always the Scott and Lucas show play nothing because I'm testing the stream, or nothing, or this game today or whatever, and then I'll forget to change the game type, and people come in and be like, you're not playing this game, and yes.
And then the go live notifications, you can put that, hey, I'm playing this over here. Most of the ones I see, they don't change them, but there's always, it is just some random bit. You know, they'll, you know, I can't think of any
Yeah,
off the top of my
ours
head.
is like,
but-
hey, come watch these two might be funny streamers or something like that play, and it's the same one every time. Just
I'm
because
back from
that is
getting
the hardest
milk.
thing every time to try to think of something funny or catchy, especially if you stream like 2 or 3 times a week. You're like, I can't think of this many things.
I do.
So
There's one. It just popped in my head, and it comes through the Twitch notice, but it's just hot furries single in your area. And I'm like,
single in your area.
yep.
Every time.
Oh no.
I will also say, don't stress about it too much. And the reason why I say that is, one, the goal is to have fun. And two, 80% of people that follow you will turn off notifications so they won't see it
Yeah.
anyway.
Yep.
That's normal.
Like Dad said, you might get the people that see it and think it's funny, but your normal fans are the people just gonna come watch that anyways.
They just, if you follow his schedule, they just know, oh, it's Wednesday at 6:30, Seder Goat's on.
Yep. Schedule is big.
I have a friend that streams is really big on like stream interactivity with chat and stuff. Well, they'll do like Halo streams have an Avatar night where you can spend your channel points to make them not shield and drop their weapons or whatever. Is that something that any of you
I don't think I want to do now.
Yeah. Briefly, that was a, like a monthly, I did it, so it wasn't a huge thing for me right away, like to do that constantly. It was kind of like a monthly goal thing, be like, hey, if we hit this many subs, I'll do like a week of like 3 times where I'll play Tarkov and you guys can
Tell you
have
what out there.
control. Worst decision I've ever made.
Yeah, that does not.
It's like, oh man, I'm going to extract, and the 3 commands come through, but where people were just waiting, it's like, drop gun, drop backpack, I exfil. I get nothing. Nothing I collected. And it's like, okay, cool, thanks guys.
At least give me some
Cool.
real money for that, right?
Or they can make me throw a grenade at random. And it's like, I couldn't tell you how many times it's like, well, I guess I'll just die then.
My favorite is making people go melee only.
That's my favorite thing.
I'll just shoot my teammates in the back for free. So
What about stream redeems? So like, hydrate, stretch.
I
Hydrate.
love stream redeems.
Yep.
My chat has tried to drown me on a few occasions because one of the best things, we have like 20 minutes, give or take. One of the best things with affiliate is you get channel points, which in my case is Aggies, because Aggies are life. Find fun, little, silly, stupid things for your viewers to spend channel points on and interact with it.
What?
Right side,
Right?
scroll to the top, go to the right. Right there, little pop-up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
hey, there we go.
Yeah, so you can see my little offline screen. By the way, this is the only place you'll ever see it because I broke it and I don't know how to fix it. So this is the only time you'll see my offline screen. And then, yeah, you can see like my channel redeems. I have some of them set up with sound elements, I think.
I was gonna say sound
Sound
alerts.
alerts or sound
Um,
alerts,
I
sound
saw
alerts,
sound
there we
alerts
go.
on your about page.
Sound alerts, so it'll play random noises. My favorite two are the saxophone Squirtle because it's a classic, and Chicken Banana. So if you ever want to see what Chicken Banana is, please come watch me stream, please.
We give it all you need.
Beg you.
Absolutely love sound alerts because you can have both fun and silly ones, but we also have one set up the Metal Gear Solid like alert noise.
Yep.
And so you can just pop in chat and just be like that, and we all jump because none of us are expecting it.
Yeah.
Also, it's free.
Yeah, those are free.
It's also free.
You can also do your own little, all your emotes and stuff. I assume you had somebody. Did you do those yourself or did you? No, okay. I don't- Ours did stuff, yeah.
Good.
So how do you get affiliate?
So, oh man, the path to affiliate is, let me see if I can remember this.
You remember? I think I.
They updated it
No,
recently.
I just did it.
Yep.
Hold on. It's, you have to average 3 viewers over 30 days. That
Yeah, that's the hardest one. And it's like-
that was the hardest one. Was
So many
averaging
hours of
3
streaming.
viewers. You have to have, I believe it's at least, you have to stream at least
12?
12
days?
hours.
Is it 12
Stream-
hours or 12 different days
Stream,
in a month?
stream 8 hours a month, stream 7 days
Oh,
a month.
okay, so when I became
That's right,
affiliate,
he's not affiliate.
it was stream, you had to have 12 separate days in a month. Not just hours, it was days of like, I streamed on this day, so that day counted. And it's like, but if you stream twice in a day, it
Doesn't
didn't
count.
matter.
Oh.
So, yeah, they did change that,
Yeah,
and made it
I
a
wa-
little bit better.
Honestly, mine was like 8
And
in like 3 days.
And Twitch really has, they've kind of lowered that bar. They want to get more people to affiliate. They want to get more people to, is it partner? Or
Partner, yeah, that was really hard because partner, to get partner, you have to
Yeah,
average
that's-
75 viewers
Yeah,
a
that's
stream
and
for 30 days.
And the hardest part was the same with me, was getting like, there's like the 3.5 concurrent viewers, where and we've helped a couple of our other friends get to affiliate by, what did we call them? Viewer parties, I don't remember, but we kind of like would plan everybody where we'd all get on, so they had 5 or 10 people in the chat to like bump them over that.
Listen, man, I'm just happy anytime I see an average of 4 or higher. I'm like, yay, I did it.
Also raids.
Raids
Yep,
are fun.
raids are
Raids
fun.
do count now. which is
Raids
nice.
happen, and you are never ready for if you get hit with a big one.
Yep.
Like where it's like,
It's scary.
There's 500,
2,000 people.
what's going on?
Great, my chat broke.
Forgive me
My
for a moment
my
while I cry.
stream notifications broke. Like it is possible for that to happen if it just gets overloaded. So the reason I haven't streamed for about 2 years. On our third kid, literally 3 months after that, our basement flooded, which is where my office and stuff was. So like, it completely like unable to stream for that time, and I basically just kind of fell off and just was like, I can't do that while I have all the kids. But before that, I was pushing to partner, and I think I was close to 60 to 65 average is where I was at. Whether I'll get back to that, because I'm going to start up again here in the fall,
And then life.
we'll see. Well, yeah, it's just, do what you can, stick to it, Partner is a big gap. Going from affiliate to
Yeah.
partner is such
Huge.
a huge jump. Yeah. So, yeah, just kind of set your goal and don't try and overdo it.
Yeah.
Stream together?
Yeah, so that's new. That's definitely not
Yeah.
when you were.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you can multi-stream,
Yeah.
but stream
The,
together
the
now.
biggest thing, yeah, is that they put your chats together. That's the coolest feature.
Yep.
Yeah,
Is
so you can be,
merge chat is fun.
yeah, instead of watching 2 chats or trying to like, somebody else, the other guy's like, oh, this guy said this about you in my chat, but not in your chat, so you didn't see it.
else,
Yes,
yep.
yep, I shared our band list with one of the other streamers. That's pretty fun too. Okay, so since we're getting down kind of towards the end here, one thing I do want to touch on is when you,
Do this one. This is important.
oh, yes,
This
This is a me example, yep. So testing everything.
Oh, yeah.
So my motto is, how are we gonna know it works if you don't test it when you're live? That's not a good motto. I've done full streams where there's been no sound.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, that's a thing. Or you can only hear me talking and not my chat.
Yep.
So you watch back and I'm just like talking like an idiot to nobody.
Like my microphone wasn't
Or-
captured into the
Yep,
stream.
or I'm not being captured, just he is. So you'll see my mouth move and then he'll laugh and be like, what just happened?
Yep.
And more than once, some friends have been like,
People
we
pop.
can't hear you, you idiot. I'm like, oh shit, 2 hours into the stream.
Yep. So it's good to test that. Oh, did you have a question?
One way I test it is I stay on my computer, I pull out my Twitch channel on my phone and watch it.
Yes,
Yep.
that's a
that
great time.
every time.
Mine is mainly
That's so
I
good.
don't have time. I'll go straight from putting my kids to bed to just clicking the live button as I'm like turning things on, and that's just not a good practice.
Also mods are great with that.
Yep. If you have a mod team, they can definitely help you and like yell at
They
you.
also have to
I,
pull to
uh,
watch.
I give myself like a 15-ish minute window when I'm getting started.
Yeah,
where I'll just leave it on the get started screen.
Yeah, most streamers do that. We have like the starting soon, and then it's just on for 20 minutes.
And that's a very good practice. Oh, yeah.
How do you find mods? Like, how do you, like,
Friends
In the
people you
community,
trust,
yeah,
Yeah, your
random
first,
strangers that you entrust with power.
your first mods
are usually
are going to
most people
probably have been someone you
One of my
met
mods is a
or know either through online or
Yep.
in person, and then you can just ask them to, hey, can you watch my chat for me?
yeah.
But yeah, starting screens are a great way. You know, if your stream starts at 7, you know, you can start the stream 10 minutes early. It'll just say starting soon. That's your time to play with the audio, test it, you know.
Chat with your chat a little bit as
Chat
people kind of wind in.
Yep.
Yep, it also gets that go live notice out there and time for people to get to your channel before you're actually playing something.
Yeah, I forget.
That reminds me, with people showing up, we're going to kind of jump order here a little bit.
Oh, yeah. What's the one?
For those of you that do get affiliate, disable pre-rolls. There is nothing more annoying as a viewer new to a channel than having to watch 3 minutes of ads before I ever get to watch your stream.
You-
That is the biggest reason people will click away immediately.
Yeah.
Ads are great. Be reasonable and responsible with them. Disable pre-rolls. Pre-rolls suck.
Yep, as affiliate, you have to have 3 minutes of ads, but when you become affiliate, you can kind of control
You get
where they
full
go.
control over your ads.
Yep.
So nice.
So,
So pre-roll is like the ad that start before the stream, right?
Right as you click in, and then it immediately pops up ads. Right as you click in, those are pre-roll ads. They suck. Everyone hates them.
Pre-roll ads will kill a new streamer because, and this is just me. being
almost
on
everybody I
Twitch.
know.
I will like, oh, what's this person doing? I click it.
Ad.
First thing I have
Nope.
to do is watch 3 minutes of ads before you can get to see what they're streaming. I'm out.
Yep.
So yeah, as soon as you get affiliate,
Disable pre-rolls.
Highly
They are
recommend
the
that.
worst thing ever.
Gesundheit.
Yes.
Make people allergic to us.
yeah.
Allergic.
Not that bad.
That's a
I don't-
great question.
I don't know that
Because
answer.
if you called it seizure, people would get offended.
I don't
Yep.
know. I've never actually looked into it.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
a good question.
That's a great
I
question.
wish there's something like
Also-
on your phones you could look that up on. That'd be amazing.
You're also afraid
somebody
to
on a computer sitting
ask a
next to me.
question. I just did a random number spin.
It's a citable source.
This is yours. Come
No,
get,
no,
come get
collect
your
thing.
prize.
This is
Come
your
get
reward for
this.
cowardice.
So, yeah.
Let's do it.
It's just a,
We're gonna make
if
you
you have
come
a
up in
controller,
front
it's a
of
controller
everyone.
holder.
Oh, yep, yeah.
There
can
you
hold it up.
go.
That's our prize.
You're very welcome.
Good thing you remembered that.
Remember,
I know,
friends.
I was almost done.
Remember, friends. Heroes die valiantly, but cowards live. Be a coward.
So it was apparently originally called Justin TV,
Boo. Years ago.
All right.
2007.
I think
that-
the last
is
thing
that
we
all
have
the
is
stuff?
basically for promote your stream. I skipped to ads. We can double back.
No,
to
that's a good one.
That's all good.
This, promote your stream, things like this.
So there are
Across-
so many community resources for promoting your stream. There's Discord servers, there's groups you can go into. Heck, ask your friends. If you have friends that stream, a lot of people that stream have a promote channel within their Discord that you can just go toss up and say, hey, look, guys, I'm live. My buddy Holy FX, there we go. He has a whole Discord server where the entire shtick is if you're not famous, come get famous. He wants you to come promote your stream. He even divides it between non-affiliated streamers and affiliated streamers so that people that are super small trying to become slightly less small have actual odds of doing that. Great people. And honestly, a big way to promote your stream, find other smaller streams at the end and just go raid them. You have 2 people, cool. Go
Yeah,
take
that's
2
very
people
fun.
and say hi to somebody.
You'll make somebody's day, even if you just sort like the Twitch viewers by just going to somebody with 0 viewers and just talking for 10 minutes. You'll make that guy's day.
And you'll get cross-rated.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, then you get cross. Yeah, it's really just about just like everything else about networking.
What's up?
Is there like a specific requirement to rate, or can you just like rate anyone?
You can raid anyone.
So
you
they
have to
can
be-
set
you have to be affiliate,
limitations on their channel. You
Yep.
don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
to be affiliate.
That'll be affiliate, but you have to-
Anyone can do a raid.
But you can turn them off. Yeah.
And you can disable raids if you don't want raided. That's weird, but everyone
That's
can do
pretty
it.
rare that someone's going to have it where you can't raid.
Now, some people do have the minimum viewer limitations.
Yeah, and
Partly because
they won't show up for you.
I have mine set not rating like hour, like I can set it to.
Time.
I'm about to end, so don't.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the last 10, half hour or something.
Well, and like some people have really involved like raid things, so they want you to bring at least like 2 to 5 people with you. Pumpkin Potion is a really well-known Twitch streamer. She has an entire like 1920s musical number that plays when she gets raided that she herself recorded. It is amazing, and I understand why she doesn't want to get spammed with raids every 2 seconds with one person raids.
And with stream promotion stuff, that also comes into when it comes to streaming and Twitch etiquette. It is, if you're in someone's stream, do not self-promote in the chat. If you rated, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you're just watching someone, self-promoting in someone else's stream, for me, it was, I'll tell you once, but if I have to tell you again, it's a timeout, 3rd time's a ban. Like, it's just like,
Not cool, bro.
don't, it's not cool for on my side, like, whatever, but if you raid, you get a shout out, like, I'll often just be like, pause, what were you playing, talk to you about it and stuff like that, that's great, but like,
Thanks for the 5 people.
yeah, don't, that's just kind of like a meh.
Yeah, don't just pop into someone else's stream and be like,
Start
"Hi,
spamming
I'm
your-
so over on Twitch. You should come watch me instead."
Yeah.
That's what we
quick way to get yourself in
call
trouble.
a
Yep.
dick move.
Not nice.
But yeah, like I had mentioned earlier, if you have like Blue Sky or Twitter, post go lives or post highlight clips. Like if you have a 30-second clip from something funny that happened, throw that out there. You can do long format stuff on like YouTube. People can watch that. It's a good way to kind of get your content out there. People find it on different platforms, and then eventually, find you. Or it's a good way for you to interact with people outside of that stream. You might post something, they comment, you can comment back. So
Yeah.
Also, don't be intimidated by a small viewership during your stream. I have videos that I have like almost 100 views on, I think, at this point, where the stream itself, I had like 3 people vibe with me, and now I have like 100 views post-stream. I don't watch streams.
Yeah.
But there's apparently a lot of people that will come watch your stream when you're not actually streaming. So don't get discouraged.
Because I'm busy.
What? You have a job that you work?
if,
How dare you be responsible?
if you're entertaining on stream, then it's just like listening
Yeah,
to a
then other people watch
podcast
it.
or
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
a TV show or something. You can just listen to.
I think we covered everything.
So-
Yeah, we kind of got through our list. I guess, we'll look at 5 minutes. Okay, we'll do like kind of like last thoughts. Oh, one more question though.
Do you think it's a good idea to make like a Discord server for streams?
For your channel?
Yes.
I would say so, just because then you have a place for, like the stream announcements, stuff like that, but also like,
Chat with your chat off stream.
if you're building a community, like, so like when I was doing it,
Yeah.
cause like, if it's all, like, for me, was around one game for a long time,
That's what the community was about.
like tons of people were just like, hey, I'm playing this, anyone wanna jump in, and they just play together, and that just builds the community around you, or Discord and around you kind of thing, so,
Sometimes your chat
yeah.
just wants to chat with you even when you're not streaming. And
That
he
too.
wants
Yeah.
to interact with you.
Yeah, they
You're
can see what you're
personal
doing, or, yeah,
personality.
not just a thing on thing.
I mean, I am just a personality.
That's
Or
true.
with you, I know there's a lot of people that'll be like, hey, there's this interesting game, you should play it.
Oh, yeah, people
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, when they
suggest
suggest
play.
it, yeah.
Please send that to me in writing because I have a very short-term memory and will forget what game you suggested. I have, one of my mods keeps suggesting some game to me that he keeps forgetting to write it down for me. He's
So every time you
suggested
have
the same game 20 times and I don't remember what it is yet.
Okay.
Any
Yeah, we'll
other
do-
Any final
Any
questions?
other last questions?
questions for any of us individually, or anything like that, no?
Yeah.
Final thoughts, proclamations, marriage votes?
Yeah.
I.
Yeah, when you hydrate.
Is that?
Oh,
Oh, we'll pull up that complicated audio thing. Pull that up.
Oh,
Talk about it.
so because
'Cause I'm an idiot.
because he's a console streamer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You need to bear witness to his stream.
Yep. First, I'm gonna lay this out for you. Because he's a console streamer, so we have to capture the video and audio off his Xbox onto his PC for doing the stream. He also wants to make sure that channel alerts and redeems and stuff don't just go to him; they go to the entire party,
chat,
so
so everybody can hear it and laugh.
engage
And get scared.
And get scared. This one. So it's a nightmare.
This is the flow chart of his audio setup. This is just
You're
audio.
welcome. This is just the audio.
You don't
And
need this. He chose.
It's still wrong all the time.
Yep, I wrote
Don't
this
need
because he couldn't.
Yep.
He would go live and nothing was working. And I'd be like, "Here's a
Yep,
diagram."
yeah. It's just because I want to do all the things. If I was just doing one thing, I
But-
wouldn't need that, but it's because I have 4 different inputs and there's virtual audio cables.
But to summarize, it can be really simple. It's just play game, broadcast.
Yeah.
Like, you can make it
Start-
as simple or as complicated
Yeah,
as you
start
want.
small. Don't buy a bunch of, you don't need a bunch of bells and whistles. Like I said, just start with the free app. Just
Yeah.
do it.
Start small.
Yeah.
Don't dive into the deep end. Don't jump the shark.
Less
Be
is more.
realistic.
Less is more.
Less is more.
For the love of God, make sure your mic's not picking up your fan.
Yeah, yep, have a noise gate.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's
please
hearing air conditioner,
make sure
Lucas.
your mic sensitivity doesn't pick up your heavy breathing.
Are you-
Listen.
yeah.
I forgot. Fine.
Get the mic out of your mouth.
Yeah.
All right, with that, I think are we good?
Yeah.
We got like 4
Thank you
minutes.
for coming in. Thank you everyone for
Appreciate you
joining
guys.
us.
We
for our
got
Twitch panel.
Free stickers and stuff. Grab some Twitch tokens on the table back
There,
there.
there are a whole bunch of 3D printed tokens that I just did
Yeah,
for you
please
guys to
take
have.
them. He doesn't want to take them home. He doesn't need 40 of them.
Doesn't
What are you
matter.
gonna do with 40?
They're all solid, so the infill is 100%. So you can drill a hole in them, make a key change, do whatever. Please, that was a
Actually pretty
30-hour print, sir.
Yes,
Don't-
please take the Twitch coins. Please take stickers.
Yeah.
Please tell your friends.
Don't break
Yeah.
that. That's what. No.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was some that I did for the panel, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next year, maybe.
Thank you everyone for turning out. Have an
Yeah.
amazing core
Again.
con. We love you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
People never clap on my live stream.